Two. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian and this is 30milesofcorruption.com, where we take on the issues of the city of Riverside, both dealing with the corruption and now all the indiscretions that go on there regularly. Oh yes, and they do go on there regularly. Today we're going to be talking about Ward 5 Gabi Plascencia, and yes, I cannot even believe I am dealing with her again. Yep, but I had to go address the Facebook posts that talk about her being an alcoholic and that she's in bars doing all this sexually explicit stuff. So I wanted to address it. And so I did, and I took the angle about just dealing with women's issues, and that's what you're going to see in these videos. There's going to be two videos. One is the video that we took focusing in on the council as I was giving my statement, and it is so cool because there was this part in this conversation that I was having with them, my 3 minutes, and she had turned over and looked as if she was trying to get Rusty Bailey's attention to bail her out. Well, Miss Plascencia, I know the rules of engagement, so I'm going to give you a little lesson. It is called Baca versus Moreno Valley Unified School District, and the courts stated that those 3 minutes belong to the speaker. Period. No interruptions, no stopping a speaker, nada. And actually, as I recall, Rusty Bailey went after Letitia Pepper and the city was sued by Letitia, and I believe she won. So I don't think anybody is going to want to take on a speaker ever. Even the new mayor, whoever that may be, you will not stop speakers. Period. Thank you very much. Okay. The second video is going to be the city's angle of me discussing this with the discussing with the council, and you can't really see the council's response to what I'm saying. Really interesting. I've been doing this for a long time. I know the council. I know the way they respond. And if you look at, usually when speakers go up, you'll see Rusty Bailey. He'll be acting like he's working or something, but I know he's listening because he knows I'm going to be going after him soon. Oh yes, Mr. Bailey, I am coming after you soon. But before we go after Rusty Bailey, what's really interesting with these videos is you get the perspective of both the council and the city's version. The way the city films it and the way that we're going to be filming it. We will not be going every Tuesday to council. We will just be doing actually a follow-up from the particular series that we are going to be starting. The next series we are going to be starting will be the mayor's race, and we're taking on Andy Melendrez first, and that's because his little brochure came to our house first. So we will be taking that on. And what's very interesting, Gabi Plascencia's picture is right front and center. And Mr. Melendrez, I think that was a huge mistake on your part to include her picture in that series of photos that you included on your supporters. So we'll see what happens there. But if you are anywhere, any close to being like her on that dais as mayor, we're gonna have fun with you. So, and it's really interesting when you look at Andy Melendrez listening to my talk, because I have been there as long as he's been there. he really interesting is he's holding his hands and he's like going like this, or he's doing like this twitching thing with his hands. Now, I don't know if this is just his nervous reaction. But it's very interesting the way, and actually Ronaldo Fierro can't stop picking up his cup and drinking his coffee. So it's really interesting to watch body language. So I hope you enjoy these videos. And and then when I came back home, I had a little housework I had to do, and then I went to bed early, and all my friends know that I'm an early sleeper. But I went to bed early, and then my husband comes in our room and he says, "Oh my God, there's an email from Tim Strack on 30 Miles of Corruption." And I'm like, "How did he get our email?" He goes, "It's on our blog site." And I'm like, "Oh." And he goes, do you want me to print it out for you?" I said, "No, I'm not going to read it till the morning," because I couldn't respond to it till the morning. But we responded, and those emails are on this post as well. So you will see his email to me and then my response. I also sent Tim a personal email with my phone number. And I said, "If you would like to discuss this further, I will be more than happy to discuss this with you." And sure enough, about an hour later, he called me. Yes, because in my comments to the city, I'm sorry, this is a little longer than I'd like. In my comments to the council, I stated that if these statements were incorrect, that she needed to address these immediately, and because these posts will follow her forever. And so when Tim called me, he wanted to give me his side, and that he categorically stated that he did not experience Gabby in this situation. He said he has never been to a mezcal bar. Well, I knew there were two incidents. There was one at Mezcal and there was one at Wolfskill. And what I told Tim was that I didn't want to mention Wolfskill. No way, no how. And that mentioning Wolfskill or mentioning the Fierros is completely different. I don't want to go there yet, but let me tell you, I will go there if I have to. But for this video, I didn't want to mention it at all. But actually, this is where the Tim Strack incident occurred, was at Wolfskill. And so he did have to state that he was at Wolfskill's, yes. And he was there when Gabby Plascencia was there, yes. He didn't see her intoxicated. He also said that there could have been other firefighters there. But as far as the statement in the Facebook post that the firefighter union president was involved in this situation with Gabby, he categorically disagreed. Okay, so I told him, because we don't normally remove posts, but we are going to remove the second part of the Facebook post. We are going to leave the first part because Gabby Plascencia has not addressed this at all, and that is because after really listening to Tim on the phone, he said he wasn't involved, but he couldn't tell me that this did not happen. Okay? Does that make sense? He said there were plenty of firefighters in there, and other people. There was a big group of people there. Sorry, but he could not tell me. So you know what? I think that the truth is somewhere in the middle, for sure. And I do believe that she's creating divide. I think the divide is already there. I don't think she's creating it. I think that the minute she blew into found her council seat, she was on it, and she was pushing everybody's buttons. So I hope you enjoy these videos. I hope I gave you a good glimpse as to what kind of goes on here at 30 Miles of Corruption, and we will continue the fight for the people. This fight that we do, this is our civic duty. My husband and I, this is how we give back to the community. We are going to tell the story of what goes on here and why your taxes are out of control. Okay? And that is because of the incompetence at City Hall. Thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you soon.